Right, I'm gonna do the. Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream of the OC Philippines Nationals 2024 Mania 4K/7K Division, and today we're gonna be having the Player Awards. I'm Silas Kaels, and joining me in the commentary booth is none other than Surf285. Hello, how are you doing today?
Hello. Kamusta? Well,
Okay,
this is the start of the final weekend, like the grand finals weekend of the tournament, and there's a lot of things, a lot of things that will be happening this weekend. I mean, we have like a set of at least 4 matches saved for this weekend. 2 today, possibly 4 tomorrow if everything goes in that direction. So
sana.
we hope it we hope it does happen that way. Well,
Alright.
ano ba? So what do we have today? If you don't mind explaining.
Okay, so if you have eyes, you can clearly see na it says Player Awards. I'm sorry for that. Okay. So, so remember when when Surf, I believe, was the one who posted the form about the Player Awards, right?
Yes.
So basically, we had the fans. Wait, did I just say the fans?
The
Sorry.
fans.
The players. Sorry, the players and whoever, like, maybe some of them aren't players or whoever, but we just let everyone vote as to who they have with their, like, best category, like who do they think is the best Rice player, the best Ellen player, best player in general, and all of that, really. So it's mostly considering just how they did, and like, if I'm not mistaken, Surf, like, originally we were supposed to like make those awards, but then Surf came up with the idea. You know what? Why don't we let them decide?
Yeah, like I think it would put less bias on us hosts. Like, yeah, sure, we did provide like a short list of candidates for the nominees that you could vote on, but the players, I mean, the people who vote were allowed to just nominate anyone as long as they've appeared in the bracket stage. So
That's true.
though, like, I just hope that like, regardless though, the nominees, I mean, everyone who played in the tournament did a really good job showing their skill sets and all of that stuff, and I really hope that they also had fun participating in the tournament. But parang nagpe-farewell na ako, Hindi, we still have like a few more streams this weekend.
Oh no, pero think of it this
Yeah.
way. Like, pero I'd like to add, like, I mean, these awards are mostly for fun. It's
Yeah.
like in the FIBA Olympic qualifier tournament where they have the best player of the tournament award or something like that. Please vote Justin Brownlee, by the way.
Yes.
I'm sorry for that.
Please vote Justin Brownlee. Yes, true.
Pero yun, it's the same concept. So like, I know that there's a saying that 2 heads are better than 1, but like for this case, it's more like 19 heads are better than what? 3
Yeah.
heads? Because
Yeah,
it's just
I
3
know.
hosts and all that.
Yeah, you kind of spoiled it. There were 19 people who actually voted on the forum.
We were gonna say it anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of. I'll be honest, okay. I'm honestly surprised that there were that many people who voted, and I really appreciate that.
Okay, so enough stalling kasi may match pa tayo at 6 p.m. Here are the awardees. So first things first, we will be presenting the nominees and then the winner of the award. So again, this is voted by multiple people, not just only the hosts. The initial list of nominees though were provided by the hosts, and if there were any additional candidates that were added during the voting process, they will also be reflected here on the screen. So first things first is the Rookie of the Year award, which actually if the player happened to play during during other Mania PH tournaments, so we are talking like previous OCPH nationals. I mean, we'd also like to go back as far back as Summer Tournament 2016 even, and the holiday friendlies. Like as far as that, if you appeared already for those tournaments, then you would be considered to the voting here. So let's start everything here with the 4K division. So the nominees are, we have Levet, Mausaclau, and Valeria.
You know, before we go on, it's kind of interesting how these three are together because like I know how tightly knit they are. Like these three know each other for a long time. It's honestly really cool to see that these three are perform really well as a rookie. Like, yeah, I mean, you can proceed to who wins this, I guess.
And the winner is... no. And the Rookie of the Year for Oceania 4K is...
It's Levet! Woo!
So, what? Okay. So, how do we explain this guy? Like, most notable score, honestly, is actually, that Rosso score back during, finals weekend. I mean, no, not semi-finals weekend. Man, ano pa ba?
I mean, okay. I mean, not to mention, literally almost full comboed most of the rises, and that 4 great count on the very technical pick. I mean, you were there to see that. But just an extremely consistent player. I mean, this was like his first. I don't know if this is his first major OSU tournament, but definitely his first PH Nationals tournament, and he outperformed. Like he performed so good, so well. Absolutely amazing performance.
Indeed. Now, do we move on to the next category na ba?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
We should.
So now, the nominees for the Rookie of the Year for Oceania 7K are, we have Lynx 009, we have the Bisayan Hello, and Yoripe. Well, okay. Choosing the Rookie of the Year for 7K has actually been a pretty difficult it's been a pretty difficult affair, and honestly, like especially like for the people who were like the first timers in PH Nats for 7K, they're mostly people that that came from O2 Jam as well. So like my massive props for like people who just started to acclimatize to Oceania's game engine, because O2 Jam and Oceania are very different game engines. Like they play very differently, despite having the same fundamentals. And these three people are three of the people that that we end up realizing that they showed some really good performance, especially for the winner of this award. And unfortunately, I cannot say the guy's username on stream, but yes, it is the Visayan Hello.
I would just say Con.
Yeah.
I mean, Con performed super well. Like, I believe some of the rice picks, this person performed absolutely well on them, and just a great performer in general. And like first year, I mean, again, 7K isn't exactly that. It's like it's a very difficult key mode to pick up, especially if you're not used to the OS engine. I mean, again, like what you said, fundamental-wise, Soto Jamos, they're not too different. But when it comes to really accurately hitting those, it's definitely going to be challenging. But before we continue, may
Yeah.
nakita lang ako dito sa chat
Sige.
with diploma daw. Alam niyo yung mga intrams na yung intrams na plastic trophy.
Yeah, tapos may nag-shoot ng basketball ng gano'n.
Yun.
Tapos yung binibili lang sa supermarket na gold medal, yung gano'n.
Oo, ganun.
Ah.
Pero on a more serious note, Con definitely deserve
Yeah.
this. Like, I mean, seeing that performance, I believe seed 8 pa nga siya eh.
Yeah.
So like, pretty good seeding already for that first tournament.
And not to mention like like this is from what Arj told me. Like this guy has been a threat, especially on Rise, to some of the players that were in to some of the Rise players that were left in like the higher seeded players. Anyways, let's move on to our next award, which is
So,
the Veteran of the Year. Okay.
Alright. So Veteran of the Year, pag sinabi mong veteran, gurang ka. Joke lang, hindi totoo yun. Hindi totoo yun.
Grabe naman.
Hindi totoo yun ha. Hindi totoo yun ha. Pero okay. When you say veteran kasi, these are players who have been present in the scene for a long while. So, honestly, when I say a long while, like a couple of years, more than a couple of years. Like at least 3, I'd say.
Yeah, actually, so like what we have in store for like the players is like they're not necessarily like the older people in the community. It's more like they've just appeared in so many PH tournaments over the past few years. Which I mean, there is correlation din naman. There is some correlation din naman na may mga mas there will be some older players in this. Pero especially considering our subcategory right now, which is the 4K scene. Imagine mo, wala ka pa sa 20s mo, pero you're already considered old in
I know.
in 4K.
I know.
Back in my day, when you're a 17-year-old who started playing 4K, you're already considered very young. Anyari na ba? Pumata yung players days. Anyways, the nominees for the category are... Yeah,
here we go. So we have Silicosis
2,
and Volpsy.
Sayang may kumuha na ng Silicosis 3 na username, no?
Alam nyo, kung hindi lang nangyari yung sa standard last year, pwede sana yun eh.
Oo.
Alam nyo yun?
Yeah.
Silicosis 2. Tapos lahat, Silicosis, sayang. But anyways.
Hyok and the Hyoks. Pero ngayon, Silicosis and the Silicosises. Ganun sa nangyari. Sige.
Ayan. So the winner is... it's Volpsy. Volpsy has been extremely good in the tournament scene for a long while. And honestly, like, he's improved a lot in that consistency. I mean, ever since, like, what's called this again? Like, from 2020 to 2022, like, you've seen that progression, really. And, like, he's come close to winning this entire tournament a lot of times already. And...
Unfortunately, though, this is... Like, for this edition in particular, 2024, unfortunately, this is actually, funnily enough, but unfortunately, this is actually Volpsy's worst run in the 2020 PH Nats.
Are you sure?
I think, or was
I think the 2023 was around the same one lang. So 2023 and 2024, like around the same run. Although to be fair, considering the talent pool nowadays, like reaching finals is already an achievement on itself. So very good performance. I mean, regardless of how he does, like he'll forever be known as like the best Korjak player in this country, especially tournament-wise. I mean, when you think of Korjaks and Philippines, I mean, the first person I think of is definitely Volpsy.
Yeah. Also, I just noticed on Twitch chat, I think Volpsy and Sunny have found a mutual interest in something, yes.
So I guess
handshake naman dyan sa chat.
So I guess you could say that they have a mutual understanding. Wait, sorry, that's different.
Hoy, iba yan, hoy. Easy.
My God.
Easy.
Alright, next.
Yeah, now, for the veteran of the year on 7K, ito naman yung mga true gurangs.
Alright, ito. Okay, ito yung true gurang talaga.
Ito naman yung true gurangs talaga. Oh.
So can we have the nominees? Unless you want to say something.
Well, I think I don't think it's I don't think it needs to be stated like who the people most likely that are going to be nominated. Those who saw the forms already, not surprised that they are the ones nominated. So the nominees for Veteran of the Year for Osmania 7K are we have El Capitan Arquin, we have the defending champion Sunny, and first time appearing in like PH Nationals, like has already appeared in previous Osmania PH tournaments. Actually won once. Cielo Day, MWC 7K second placer as well. Like imagine this team, like everyone here has experienced podium in MWC.
Honestly, I also find it impressive as to how like Cielo coming back. I just wanted to say like Cielo coming back to play at tournament, and it almost seemed like he improved from before. Not gonna lie, and not to mention both Arquin and Sunny. Like I mean, they're their usual selves, extremely consistent players. I mean, we saw Sunny literally almost full comboing like every map, and Arquin, of course, is Arquin. Like I mean, just the same tournament player he's always been. Though, shall we...
Teka na, may nagre-request eh.
Okay, what's this? Yeah! That's exactly what we're talking about.
Ayan, there we go. Okay, so the winner of Veteran of the Year for 7K is... Teka lang, asan yung PowerPoint? Ayan, there we go.
Arquin, all the fire.
Well,
Is this even a surprise?
is this even a surprise? Yeah. Hey,
Like,
ano ba?
okay, you go first.
Does this really need any explanation? And also, congrats on Arquid for actually reaching the podium on 7K for the first time, I think, in the post-2020s Nationals. I hope I'm not mistaken with that.
I mean, wait a minute. I don't know if he podiumed on 2022 7K, but if he did, then
2022 7K was like what? Cora Sunny Arona or Cora Berry Arona?
pretty sure it's Cora Berry Sunny or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Or both. But on a more serious note, I mean, Arquin's longevity, like regardless of how you put it against anyone in the Philippines, I'd argue he's like the player with the best longevity. Like in 2014, he was extremely good. Then even here right now in 2024, like 10 years later, I can't believe I'm saying that right now. But like, he's still really keeping up with everyone else. That's the definition of a veteran.
And like for the for to put into perspective itong yung dinagdag namin na text layer sa sa stream. There are certain players who are playing Mania right now that are younger than the first appearance of Arquin in NWC. I heard na meron daw mga 9 or 10 year olds naglalaro na doon ng Mania ngayon or something like that.
I mean, okay. I mean, putting it into perspective, so Arquin first got into Osu in 2012, it seems.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
Yeah. Grabe, no?
Grabe nga eh.
Grabe.
Pero
nararamdaman ko na ang likod ko na sumasakit pati tuhod, yung ganun. Oo.
Yun na nga eh.
Anyways, let's move on to our next category. Tago ko okay, let me just remove the text para ma-screenshot nyo nawala yung gurang of the year. Sige. Okay, that's a few frames. Now, for our next category, we have most improved player for 4K.
Not gonna lie, this award was extremely hard to choose. And if you look at the candidates, which is on the next Next slide, please.
And
Wait a minute. This is not a. This is. You know what? When I said that, it almost feels like, wait long. Is this not a school report?
I mean, technically, okay. Okay, let me just go to the previous slide. Let me just show something. Let me just show something here. Kita niyo yan? Kita niyo yan?
Oh, kita.
Literal na PowerPoint ang gamit namin.
Yeah.
PowerPoint presentation ang gagamit namin. Naka-green screen lang tayo dito. Anyways. Yan.
Okay,
Most improved player.
So let's go to the awards.
The nominees are?
Nominees, I meant. So we have Oreo, Plena, and Unitori. I'm seeing some mentions of Cub in the chat. So, you might ask yourselves, why is Cub not included in the roster here? I mean, here's the thing. Cub would have certainly won Most Improved if it was last year. Because the jump from 2021 to 2022 to 2023 was pretty significant.
I mean,
but,
technically, Cub would have won Most Improved in 2022 and 2023. Kasi from 2021 to 2022, like, the guy was last place in qualifiers and then suddenly high seed. And then the following top seed. And then suddenly the next year, like, second place.
Yeah, definitely would have been a candidate. But the thing is, it's just extremely hard to top that. So you can't really go higher than that.
Yeah.
But like, these three players have shown that they've definitely deserved even a bit of this award. Like Oreo, I mean, the thing about Oreo is back in 2022 or 2023, I forgot which nationals they joined, but I don't remember them going that far.
Yeah.
And now, here we are. Not to mention, I believe Oreo was like one of the lower seeded players in the soft 5 as well. So that Most Improved certainly is there. Meanwhile, for Unitori, I believe the last PH Nazi joined was 2022.
Yeah.
And in 2022, he was like a high seed. And he's definitely made such a far progress by going to the 4th place. And for Plena, I mean, Plena was 8th seed last year and jumped right straight up to 1st seed. That's already a massive jump considering the talent pool. And the winner of this award is none other than Plena. I mean, it's even a surprise.
It's even a surprise, yeah. Like, I remember like going into this tournament. Like, wait a minute. Wait lang. These names, ba't parang ba't puro bago? Yung pala, like, some of the people, like, Plena was actually one of them. I didn't realize that this guy was, tama ba? If I remember correctly, Anocious. This would be Anocious.
Yeah, that's Anocious.
Grabe improvement. Not to mention, like, I think this guy's best match and with Levet as well was still the 4K semifinals match between these two. I think it's still match of the tournament, and I think it's match of the tournament for 4K, and that's kind of like a statement for both of these players, and especially for Plena as well, punching above the standard that they put themselves last year, literally just stopping the leaderboards and qualifiers. Maybe has a case as well for winning the entire thing this weekend.
Actually, wait, before we move on, I just want to say, Plena won this by like 1 vote.
Yeah, it was that close.
So the second placer was actually Unitori, who lost this by only 1 vote. That's how close they are. I mean, to be fair, they both improved a lot, so I can't really blame that. But anyways, let's move on to the 7K division, I guess.
Yeah, for the 7K Most Improved Player, the nominees are Bueno, Huevo, and Maple Syrup.
Alright.
I think the surprise entry here, and you were the person who specifically asked to put this person in the form, and that was actually Maple Syrup. And I think there's like a really decent there's a way to justify why Maple Syrup is in the Most Improved category. I mean, they finally got a deep run in the PH Nats.
Yeah, that's true. And like, I mean, you did say I was the one who said it. I mean, reason why I wanted to put Maple Syrup is a lot of the players in 7K, they tend to be, at least from what I've observed, okay, a lot of our players here in this tournament, they were a little bit stagnant, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, they're really good, but I haven't seen many players really made the jump because, to be fair, they're already extremely good.
Yeah.
So making a jump from that is gonna be really hard. And I think Maple Syrup definitely made a jump to a certain degree. So that's why I think most improved. Well, Maple is a candidate for that. And as for Wewodge and Bueno, they've both made their strides. I mean, Wewodge made like I think top 4, right?
Top, I think 5 actually, 5th seed. Or, I know, 4th seed, yeah.
No, top, no, top.
C4.
Okay. And then Bueno, I mean, these three, wait a minute, these three are the finals candidates,
Yeah,
right? These three were
all of them are in
finals.
the finals, yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is how far they went. I mean, I believe this tournament was their first finals appearance, in which they actually played the matches, by the way, if you
Yeah.
get the reference.
Ano, yung mga nakakaalala sa Holiday Friendlies 2017. Siya, ano na lang, kaway-kaway dyan.
Yeah, so let's reveal. I guess it's going to be.
And the winner is...
It's
Bueno.
gonna be Bueno. I mean, not surprised. Bueno like improved massively, and especially became a Rice threat. Like you've seen that accuracy, even if the scores were sometimes far apart, that accuracy ratio, etc., you can definitely not ignore that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Bueno has been given the nickname Buetanic for this tournament. Like, grabe yung Rice accuracy niya. And like yeah, sure, if you look at the leaderboards, we won't be seeing Bueno really topping a specific chart, maybe except for Corjax, especially during the early game. But like, this guy can go toe-to-toe with practically any of the top seeds, especially in the pools that Bueno is capable of playing, and that's really something to note. Siguro, like, one of the things that Bueno needs to pay attention maybe is their faster chord streaming ability, but that's like something that could be just learned over the next few months, leading up to maybe 2025. Who knows?
Well. I can't wait to see what Bueno will show us for the foreseeable future. Most improved player, definitely well deserved. But now, let's see what's going to be the next category. I believe it's going to be the best Rice players, right?
Yeah, we have 2 more categories for both 4K and 7K before we end the show. So, first things first, best Rice player for Oceania 4K. The nominees for this award are Levet, Volpsy, and Valeria.
Honestly, this was such a difficult. In a way, it was a difficult one because like when we analyzed the results and all that, like Valeria's semifinals performance was just out of this world. Like you saw a lot of those accuracies, but what makes it so hard as well was Volpsy beat the player that scored that kind of scores in the tournament. So in a way, I'm like, wait a second, who's going to win this award? And I'm honestly not sure. But then you also have Livet, who is extremely consistent in the finals round and honestly consistent in the entire tournament. So really, this award can go to anyone here. But then, for the best Rice player, I think like some of these players would be like, okay, it's this player, but it can also be that. And I think the results also show that because they were pretty close for the most part.
Yeah.
But now,
only
let's-
2 votes split the winner and the second place actually.
so yeah, let's go with the
winner.
winner. It's
The winner
going to be...
is
Dun, 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 it's Valeria. I mean, Valeria was Valeria was a big question to me. Like, I know Valeria was really good physically, but then I was like, can he really make a jump in the tournament scene? Can he really make some noise? And he definitely proved it this tournament. Like his physicality and accuracy just goes very well together, and I'm honestly really shocked in a very good way.
Man, like, and what not to mention, like, this is like the first time I really saw this guy really put like a really good push in the tournament, and like, man, just what a way to just show up and do a really good run.
That's true. That's true. But then now we proceed with the best prize players for 7K, and I believe you have a better idea on this one.
Okay, so another award that it was actually pretty difficult to determine a top like short list of three candidates, but we had to go with three. But there were certain voters who added a fourth one, and the fourth one was actually the person who missed out on the three that we ended up placing on the form. So the nominees for Best Rice Player in 7K are Arquin, Bueno, The Visayan Hello, and Cielo Day.
So who was the one that missed out? You may ask.
Yeah,
That was
it was actually Bueno who. It was actually Bueno who. Wait. Let me check. Let me check on something. Fact check ko lang muna sali. Like, imagine
No,
mo,
I didn't-
ako yung gumawa ng form na tapos hindi ko maalala kung sino.
No, it was Bueno. It was Bueno.
It was Bueno who missed out on the form, but it was
So-
more on just being like an overall threat really. I think what made us really choose Konichi Redacted over Bueno at least just because of like how they were actually capable of almost practically keeping one of the top seeds like just on their toes. Like they almost stole points for Buen in particular. That's an overall Rice improvement really, so it was a really hard call. And so to speak pa nga, like umabot pa nga, like ginawa na namin, niroleta na lang namin eh. Tapos kung sino napili ng roulette, and then and then we just left it to the voters to like to end like the selection. So the winner for Best Riders Player on 7K, and I think this shouldn't surprise anyone. That will actually be Cielo Day.
I mean, Cielo Day's like thing is like Cielo's accuracy was really good. Consistency was also up there. But like that accuracy, that versatility on skill sets from the start to finish was really impressive, and I think he really deserved this award.
Yeah, Cielo Day is like, I guess in the top three, Cielo Day is like the most threatening of in the Rice department going into the Grand Finals weekend. I'm actually pretty excited to see kung ano yung magiging scores niya in some of the picks here, especially the technical and the technical picks and the mixed rice picks as well. Like, oh man, I'm actually so excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what the finals is, the finals matchup was Cielo Day and Sunny, right?
Yes.
Realize something. Cielo Day, Sunny. Huh. Okay.
Ano kaya temperature sa match na yun, no? May heat
Ayun na nga
wave ba?
Ayun na nga eh.
Anyways, before we draw deep, and again naghahabol tayo, meron pa tayong match mamaya. Let's go for the last category for this award show.
Yeah,
Best LN player.
All right, best LN player. Let's go with the candidates for the 4K department. So we have Levette, Plena, and Unitori. Like Unitori's LNs were his biggest threat. And honestly, like that Ifudodo score in particular, full comboing that back to back, like 989, 988 on Ifudodo is really impressive. And not to mention that consistency wasn't too far off from players like Levette and Plena. As for Levette and Plena, their LN ceiling is very high. Not to mention, Plena has a Delta full LN 96 or V2 if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
But yeah, and then we have Levette. Levette is Levette. We've seen the consistency. All these three players are extremely consistent on LNs. And honestly, not a single, like I can't really find a single description for all of them just because they're that good. Like, I personally, I'm already saying this on stream, but I would be terrified to face any of these three. And that should already be a statement. But then, the best LN player for the Osimenia 4K is going to be none other than Levette. I mean, not gonna lie, I don't think this should already come as a surprise. Like Livette, again, like what I said a while ago, extremely consistent player, well-rounded, but man, that Ellen's the most threatening out of all of them. Because you can just really expect Livette to set some of the most consistent scores while having extremely good accuracy. And you know how dependent on accuracy 4K Ellen is.
Well, I mean, I think we've already talked about like how Livette has been such a phenomenal player throughout the entire tournament. Even in that upset loss, wait lang. It was man, like even in that upset loss because like, it was Plano who was first seed, so Livette was actually the second seed going into that semifinals matchup. Like, man, like
Yeah, I mean,
like just amazing overall as a player, really. Like imagine being nominated for both best Rice, best Allen player. Like, no, imagine.
yeah, not to mention doing this as a rookie.
Yeah.
I just realized this, but the best Rice and the best Ellen players in 4K are both rookies.
Oh wow. Wow.
I mean, okay, here's the thing though. Livette has definitely played tournaments, but on another engine. It's called Quaver. So, yeah, I mean, while it's true, the Quaver and Osu engines are pretty different already on its own. So, definitely still an impressive achievement for Livette. But now, I'll leave the floor to you.
For our very last award for the show, the best LN player for Osumania 7K. And the nominees are Arquin, Sunny, and Maple Syrup.
I mean, when you think of Maple Syrup, like that's the player who isn't afraid to play these coordination LNs, isn't afraid to just tackle them head on. Like that's why Maple is in here. As for Arquin and Sunny, I mean, you've seen their full LN capabilities. You've seen them scale really well on these LNs, regardless of the stage.
Yeah, like especially like in general actually PH is a 7K LN country through and through, and it was actually kind of hard to distinguish. Like, yeah, sure, there is a certain standout player like throughout the entire roster, but everyone is so good at LNs on 7K na it came to a point where when we were pooling grand finals, we ended up deciding that finals should be just easier than MWC grand finals than around MWC finals. Like, ang naging philosophy was like, okay, Rice in the grand finals will be around MWC finals. LN in the grand finals pool will be slightly easier than MWC grand finals. Like, that's how stacked the 7K LNs are in PH. And not to mention like the winner of this category. How do you just gobble up the charts, especially during finals?
I know,
I still can't.
I mean, we can show them though. I mean,
Yeah.
this isn't really gonna be a surprise anymore. But Here we
The
go.
last awardee for the show is
it's gonna be
Sunny.
Sunny.
Well, is there any surprise? Are there any surprises?
Teka, I have a better one. Since this is like a PowerPoint, are there any violent reactions?
Oo nga, no.
Are there any violent reactions? Alam mo, sometimes when you cannot give an Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sometimes not giving an explanation is already a proof enough as to how good they are. Like hands down, no explanation, no question. Sunny is the best LM player in 7K, and honestly, I'm not gonna complain. Like it's just facts.
Yeah, like no. How do you say this like an NBA pundit?
Oh, wait. You want me to say it in NBA terms or something like that?
Yeah. Go.
All right. Wait, give me a moment. So I guess you could say that Sunny is like the Michael Jordan of LN players in the Philippines. Okay, no, not Michael Jordan. How about the LeBron James of ano? Kasi
Ano yun? Overheard in the PHNM lobby after the finals. He got me. He got his innocent of Sunny's LN plays over him. That flipping that
Oh my
flipping
God.
Sunny Boompy. He's so good repeating it 4 times.
That's it. Oh,
That's so cringe.
LeBron wanted to add. Okay. So I guess the best way to say it is, Sunny. I guess it's like if LeBron wanted to team up with Sunny to form the championship duo in 2020. Alam mo, I'm just really impressed with the consistency that Sunny presented throughout the entire tournament. He definitely deserves this LM award.
And well, the guy has something to do this weekend, and that's actually defending their PH Nationals title this weekend. And the guy isn't exactly, does not have an easy job at all. Kasi the remaining 2 players can definitely do something about this guy. Very
I mean,
capable,
here's the thing. Unlike in 4K, where the best Rice player in the tournament is already eliminated, in 7K, if this matchup ever happens, the best Rice player isn't exactly eliminated yet in
Yeah.
7K. Not
Yeah.
yet. We'll have to see what happens this weekend and see if the finals would be a Rice versus Ellen matchup again. But honestly speaking, I just can't wait to see how they both perform. Like Sunny and whoever's gonna be his opponent, and honestly everyone in this tournament in the grand finals.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have anything else to say, sir?
Yeah, that should be all of the awards. Congratulations to the winners of the awards, and thank you so much for helping us out and voting for the players who are part of everything. Who are part of everything in the tournament, regardless if you won or not, or regardless if you got nominated or not. Thank you so much for participating in the tournament. But anyways, we have like a few things to announce. You did mention something about the matches this weekend. So, first things first, we have in a few minutes from now, and what a match! You have the losers bracket final between Silicosis 2 and Plena, 2 players that appeared in the award show.
Oh man, and I'm honestly really excited to see how they will fare. But for now, I mean, you have Livette, Cub, and Flena. Like this is the top 3. Just looking at the bracket, honestly, very terrifying to see. But anyways, that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me.
Teka lang. Meron pa tayo isang pakita. Teka lang.
Are you going to be showing 7K ones as well?
Yeah, we will be
Alright.
showing the 7K one as well. Teka lang. Parang... Ayun,
There we go. Okay, so it's Yellow Bee versus Arcan. I believe it's at 8 p.m. I might be wrong.
It will be at 8 p.m. Tonight. And what remains in the bracket as well. A very scary one.
Isn't this like just a matchup of the 2018 team?
Kaya nga eh. Like,
You know,
this is literally 2018 MWC team. Ano?
Kinda, I can believe like it's almost like we came in full circle. Like it had to happen. And it really just had to happen when both players improved massively from their 2017 forms. Honestly, I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, indeed. And well, we're gonna be taking a short break from this stream, and we will be back in time for the losers bracket finals between Silicosis 2 and Plena. Please stay tuned for that. So I'll leave it to Silvesca Els to wrap this baby up.
Hello. All right. So thank you so much for the opportunity for me to end this. I mean, I'm really glad to see how much everyone has improved in the scene, and like regardless of whether or not they're new or they've been here for a long time, these players have definitely shown their capabilities and proved that there is so much that this country has to offer in the Mania national scene. However, it's definitely not over yet. We still have a few more sets of matches to watch, and you should definitely come over and watch and never ever miss a single one. Because man, I can't wait to see how everyone's gonna perform. But that being said, thanks so much everyone for coming to the stream, and see you in 15 minutes.